I mean, look what happened with Jesus. They literally, the Israelites killed him, or had the Romans kill him, because he was saying things that they felt was, sacrilegious, essentially. And they called it blasphemy. And they had him killed just strictly for his beliefs, which went against theirs. He wasn't doing anything violent. He didn't try and conquer anyone or anything. He wasn't trying to challenge their power by becoming his own king in that way. He was the king of our spirit, of our soul, and of the, heaven and his people in that whole process. But he wasn't trying to like take a throne down on earth and now rule a nation of people in that way. But they killed him just for his beliefs. Were they able to do that? Because it was a 90 to 100% authoritarian world. And so over time, God actually made us less authoritarian, to the point where now we're down to 50 at the most, but really more like 40% authoritarian. So it's less than half of the world is under an authoritarian rule. And it keeps getting less and less over time, because more and more people are realizing, especially in these third world countries, that they can and should have their freedoms. They can and should, because they were created in God's image too. And they were born with, rights that were granted to them by God, not by the government. And so some people, they're just so stuck in their, culture, and, things haven't changed in their lifetime or their ancestors' lifetime. So they just sort of become complacent with believing that that's the only way that it is, and we can't do it the way the rest of the world is doing. And some people are blocked off from it, like in North Korea, where Kim Jong-un doesn't even allow his people to see what goes on outside, because there's a chance it might inspire them to revolt. God has been rolling out this plan over time, where he has been making the world less authoritarian. He's been getting rid of a lot of these, controlling groups of people that are trying to conquer the world. And, the powers that be, so to speak, have seen that over time. So what did they try to do? They tried to override all that by creating a one world government, and have America and every other nation get sucked into that, and basically put us under a one world system where, there would be no more freedoms, there would be no more constitutions, there would be no more different countries having their own, governing systems. It would just be one system. And so God saw that plan. He saw that they were trying to do this. See, I think sometimes people think that they can make these plans in secret locations and in rooms where the rest of the world don't see, but God sees everybody. He sees who's planning these things behind the scenes, and then he laughs and he makes his own plans. And that's what's happening here.